So, Magnus, you and I were talking, saying about, hey, we're about to turn 50, and what advice we would give somebody that's about to turn 40? So we have 10 years on the rookie who's 39 and going to be 40. So what's up, everybody watching Wellness Week Live? I am your co-host, DJ Tony. I'm not a DR, I'm a DJ. I always check with healthcare professionals, which is two friends talking. We have our resident PhD, Dr. Magnus. What's going on? He's on West Coast, Cali. I'm New Jersey, East Coast. That's right, everyone. Okay, so Magnus, we're turning 50. What advice would we give our younger selves at 39, or what advice would we give a guy or a girl that's about to turn 40 and enter their 40s? What's a bit of advice that you would give them?
First of all, do at least a yearly physical. So if something happens, like there's an issue, you will find it out pretty much straight away. Dentist, go to the dentist. Same thing. Don't be afraid of actually getting things checked up health wise. That's number one.
Yeah, and to your point, it's funny because a lot of guys, I have people that I know, even in my family, there's some people who will say like, "Oh, I haven't been to the doctors in 35 years." Like they're proud of that. And I'm like, "That you're an asshole." Like, would you not take your car for an oil change? Like that's why you go to the doctor. It's a checkup.
It's like being like same like line of thought. It's like being proud that you haven't bought new underwear in 35 years.
Right. You got to go. Your body is a vehicle. It's a machine. You have to get updates. You have to get tune-ups. You have to get oil changes. You're right. That was actually a very good point. And I would say also, to add to your thing about checkups and stuff, and people poo-poo the dentist, but the dentist can check for a lot of different things, not just cavities in your teeth, but it can also check if you have oral cancers or any type of possible lymphomas. They'll check your neck. So they can really go into they can also check if there's a possible correlation to maybe heart disease, because we do know with bad dental health can typically correlates to bad heart health. So your dentist can be someone who can be very, very valuable. Don't be a chicken. Stop being a little sissy. You go to get your teeth checked. You think you're a tough guy? Go be a tough guy. Get your teeth checked. Usually the guys. Girls are a little more brave.
Yeah.
The other thing in your 40s, nowadays they're saying that at 45, you should be getting a colonoscopy. The old rule was 50. So in your 40s, you should be getting your colon checked. You should be getting I would say maybe your prostate checked.
Yeah.
A normal checkup will check your heart, EKG. What else in your 40s? I mean,
I would do blood works too.
Yeah, well, they're going to do that in your 40s.
But maybe doing a more advanced one, like checking out your hormones, checking out if you're deficient in anything,
right?
Looking at cholesterol, and here's the problem. A lot of MDs, they just do the basic things instead of doing a little bit, like spending a little bit more time and money on.
Well, the patient has to advocate that then, right?
Yes, exactly.
The doc, hey doc, the doc's working for you. Push the doctor around politely. Hey doc, I need this, I need that. That's what I did to my doctor. I said to him last physical, I said, doc, can you do an ApoB check, my protein check on my triglycerides? I had to tell him, and he's like, oh yeah. He's like, hey, no problem, and he did it. Whatever. By the way. So I want to say this. So I don't know about you, Magnus, but these are the health checks that I got in my 40s that I didn't get in my teens or 20s or 30s. In my 40s, I got my colonoscopy. I got my testicles checked because I was having pain down there, so I got ultrasound on the testes. That's fine. I got colonoscopy, testes checked. I got my heart scanned. I got a stress test and a cardiac CT scan. Because I was having a lot of chest pains. Turned out it was gas. So those are the three big ones that I got. And of course, every year, yes, dental cleanings, dental checks. So, and then every year, of course, my normal physicals. Yeah. Did you get anything done in your 40s?
I had to do a bunch of just checkups too when I went through the immigration process, and also I had to look for a couple of things when I signed up to be working as a substitute teacher.
Right.
But that is like, the basic stuff.
Right.
Like,
Okay. That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I mean, again, always look at like certain diseases that you should be checking up. Like,
by the way,
scanning for cancer.
I also got my skin checked a bazillion times. They have beauty marks. So
Yeah.
guys, get that. Girls, get that done, please.
Yes, that's important. Actually, like, definitely look for skin changes. And if you have like birthmarks and things like that, keep them under observation. If you start seeing any type of changes on them, if they grow or anything like that, definitely have them check it out and probably removed.
And if you got a bald spot like I have, I started wearing a hat now. So I used to
yeah, talking about bald spots.
Yeah, but you see, Magnus, you see you're bald, right? So already you have to take care of your head. But a lot of guys don't even realize they're going bald, and they won't protect their hair. They think they're not balding until it's, oh wow, it's been a year or two.
Yeah.
So if you suspect you're getting light up here, like make sure you put a hat on, and at the minimum SPF, and put it on the top of your head.
I would recommend get hats.
Yeah, I do the hat now because I had a coach die. My football coach died from one of the things he had, and it was bad, man. He had skin cancer on his top of his head.
Yeah, running around without a hat for 30 years.
Right. So he didn't deserve this, but, no question, if he had a hat on most of his life, that probably wouldn't have been there. But, you don't know. You don't think, because you don't see it. Out of sight, out of mind. It's the top of your head. The other thing I would say is, put a priority on sleep. You get into 40, you're not 20 anymore. You can't go clubbing and then get 2 hours of sleep and go to work. You're 40,
no.
Man.
Sleep still probably the most important thing that we overlook when it comes to like trying to lose weight and health and things like that. Sleep. Like there's no substitute for
8 hours.
Yes. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's like the like getting good quality sleep, 7-8 hours a night. That's a
lot of guys. A lot of guys gonna say, "Oh, but I'm gonna cut the shit." Listen. If it's like, hey, you're going out with the boys, right? Then you know what? And you got to get sleep. Either don't go out that weekend or get home early. You have to make it a priority. If it's like, oh, well, I'm going to go to the gym early in the morning. No, get the extra hour of sleep. Fuck the gym. You need the sleep more than the gym.
Yeah.
Things like that. And, I would say prioritize your diet. I mean, listen, man, you can't live on num chicken nuggets and fucking beer. That's going to kill you, man. You're 40. You're not 20.
You need to be able to cook yourself.
Wow.
I mean, you should be. So, I mean, if you always been going for like quick fix and takeouts, I suggest maybe that you actually buy a cookbook, or that you actually go to a cooking class and learn how to cook, and also learn how to cook healthy.
Yeah, or if you have money, then get a cooking service that makes you the pre-meals for you, and then healthy with fruits and vegetables, and not fried this and fried that, and pasta bread. The other thing I was going to say is, Magnus, is, also I would say if you're turning 40, more than likely you're married with kids. More than likely you could be single. But my point is, guys and girls out there, make time for yourself. You deserve to have some me time, some time where you can go for a walk at least, or go out to the library or cafe, or just go get out of the house. You need you time, because if you don't take care of you can't take care of your family, So
one thing that I also want to add on top of that is, if you haven't started, you should definitely start resistance training, so strength training, due to the fact that now at this age we're starting to see bones are like bone health is starting to take a hit. Otherwise, you also start losing muscle mass, testosterone levels. Both women and male are starting to drop quite drastically.
Yeah.
So you can definitely do a lot, and resistance training is one of the things that actually helps out with most of those things. Having a strong body is so important, because, like, first of all, like leg strength and quality of life and length is correlated. So strong legs hinders you to fall, slip, things like that to start out with. If you do, you have a way easier time of getting up, and it's the same thing. You can get up out of a chair, you can get out of your bed, you can get off the floor and everything like that. So I always say that it's strength training is something that everybody should do. It's for health, period. and
yeah.
and it keeps you younger too, like younger looking and young
Right.
and functioning. So
Yeah, join a class, get a dietitian or nutritionist. You know, get up, do it. You got money to drink and hang out. You got money for shoes. You got money for a vacation.
yeah,
Put premium on your health.
yep.
Okay, so that would be it in the 40s. I mean, for me, generally speaking, I mean, take your multivitamin, whatever. Drink a lot of water. All right. So, Magnus, anything else?
Get a dog. Again, I
That's
would say
true.
get a dog and start walking every
Yeah,
single day. Go out
yeah.
like twice a day.
A
With
dog
the
will keep you. I got a dog. You got a dog, man. Dogs
Yeah.
keep you healthy. They keep you up. And actually, even if you didn't go out with the dog to walk, the fact that the dog's in the house boosts your immune system because the dog has healthy bacteria on their body that cross pollinates with your body and your skin. So yeah, if you want
and
to
mental health.
100%.
They keep you mental health too. So I'm always gonna promote dogs. I'm sorry,
my dog.
I will continue doing that because it is important.
My dog, Rocky, 10-pound Shih Tzu, literally helped save my life through my 40s. From 40 to I speak to you now, 49. If I didn't have that dog, I don't know what I would do. I mean, it's such an underrated, powerful thing in our lives. And, I really didn't realize how much he meant to me because just the stress, the anxiety, and, the shit that I went through. But anyways.
And adding one thing, if you can go to a rescue and get a rescue dog, you're doing yourself a favor and you're doing a dog a favor too. So
100%.
You will save each other.
Right. Okay, cool. So let's move on about another part of advice. I was thinking this to myself. I was like, what was the greatest thing my parents did for me? And so, Magnus, I ask you and the viewers watching, type it in the comments. What was the greatest gift or the greatest thing that your parents did for you or didn't do for you, but that was a good thing? So what was it for you, Magnus?
So my parents have always been like supportive of me. So they never really hindered me from like going my own way. And of course we will have like discussions, especially when you're getting a little bit older, like in your 20s and talking more about serious things like education and so on and so forth. So that's one thing. Other things that I can think from my dad specifically is traveling and cooking. And from my mom and I, like I'm more like my mom. So she gave me a lot of like structure, helped me out, like playing sports and all those things. So I mean, like the support that they have given me, even like still today with my mom, it's incredible. I mean,
awesome.
I'm extremely lucky. So yeah, one word, if I should summarize it in: support.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And love.
Oh man, yeah, no, I mean that's
kind of a given, but I wanted to add that too.
Well, it's the base, right? It's the great foundation. By the way, real quick, I just want to interject, viewers. If you like this content, please hit the subscribe button in the lower left corner. Hit that subscribe. Come on, do it. Hit the subscribe. I got to say that now. And what I learned is you got to say it in the beginning. We said it in the middle, but anyways, we're getting there. Okay, so Magnus, I'm kind of like you, pretty much same thing. Like if I could say anything that my parents did for me, my parents are good people, but it's not that my parents did a lot for me proactively. It's what they didn't do for me. And that is my parents did not get in my way. I mean, bro, I was 11 years old and I would leave the house at 12 in the afternoon and not come back till 6 at night. And my parents did not know where the hell I was. They didn't give a shit as long as I came home, and didn't rob a bank or anything. I was 11 years old. I would cycle across very busy intersections and thoroughfares and very highway overpasses by myself to go visit relatives 7 towns over. And I remember my 5th grade teacher one time saw me on a kind of like a highway. It was like a very busy boulevard. And she said, "Anthony, did I see you this past Saturday riding your bicycle in, this town?"
And you're like,
yeah. And I felt like I did something bad. I was like, yeah. She's like, "Do your parents know?" I'm like, I don't know. I think so. But they didn't know and they didn't really give a shit. But nowadays, forget it. Kids can't do shit, which is funny because the parents think they're safe, but they're upstairs in their phone and they're exposed to the world, which this is far more dangerous. But my parents, anyways, they let us out. I can do what I want. My parents did not require me to go to college or trade school. Do what the hell I want. They didn't kick me out of the house as long as I was a good boy, and I was. They didn't care who I dated. I dated black girls, Hispanic. I dated Chinese. I dated, atheist girls, Christian girls. I could do whatever, so they really, in a way, it was, for me, it worked out. But other kids, it might be a bad thing because some kids do need more structure and direction.
Yeah, I think that comes down to personality. And again, if you're a knucklehead, and have no restraints or regulations, you will probably get worse. Until the day either you end up in really trouble, or the trouble kind of kicks you out into a better path.
Yeah.
You see that a lot with like when you see kids in school and things like that. It's interesting. I had a conversation about like the law of knuckleheads. You can spread them out in the whole school, like first day, like within 5 or 10 minutes they have figured and found each other out. I don't know why they attract one another, and they usually make things even worse than if they were alone. But anyhow, no, but I think it's like tremendously like your parents, like especially like we're talking about New Jersey, it's pretty brave of them, and I think it's like pretty smart too, because they probably had a good feeling about you that you could take care of yourself.
Yeah, probably
and figure out a lot of things yourself.
Yeah, nowadays kids, it's unfortunate, but anyway. So, but yeah, it sounds like you and I had the same thing. Like my parents loved me, right? They nurtured me, but they were shepherds of me. They weren't drill sergeants of me.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah, man. I mean,
better that than like nowadays when you see like helicopter and curling parents that trying to sweep away everything, and their little kid can't do nothing wrong, even if it's like Antichrist, like reborn, that runs around, they're not looking.
Or my kid's gonna go to college. What happens if your kid wants to go to trade school? No, they're going to college. Like, oh geez, I feel bad for these kids. Like their parents are so up their ass, dude. But anyway, so that's all I gotta say. Matt, is there anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, again, I mean, I would like to hear like people's take on their parentings, or also and what their parents did. I mean, and also like, are you very different from your parents if you have kids yourself now? That's also an interesting question.
Yeah. No, interesting at all. For sure. All right, guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, like, subscribe. So do it. And
please, thank you.
What's that?
Please, thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. Yes. And so awesome. Thanks, everybody. We got another bunch of great shows coming up. And Magnus, thank you as always, my man.
Anthony, have a good evening.
I'm signing us off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.